What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Entertainment. So, Advocate Baloyi was finally exposed in court by Advocate Mshololo. So, Advocate Mshololo did a great job for the defense by exposing contradictions and weaknesses in this case that was presented by the state witness, Colonel Stein. So now Advocate Baloyi is now trying to play sort of like a catch up to try and patch up these contradictions.
In a matter of sound common sense in each case. Close quote, my Lord. My Lord, my submission is that what the state is intending to do here, as I have raised yesterday, my Lord, to say initially the state indicated that Stein was no longer available. The state wants to close the gap. The state wants to close the lacuna on the evidence of cell phone records which has been presented before this court. My Lord, an injustice has already occurred wherein Lieutenant Colonel House was called to bring new evidence when the trial had already started. When the state realized that there was more information of which Colonel Stein was still supposed to bring to this court, the state indicated that Colonel Stein was no longer available. However, he is now available. It raises doubt, my Lord, whether Colonel Stein was not available from the beginning. And now, my Lord, the same Colonel Stein is called to come and repeat what I have submitted before this court. The explanation, the clarity the state that is seeking has already been given, my Lord. Therefore, it is my submission, therefore, that injustice will not be done if the application by the state is granted on those bases, my Lord. My Lord, also, I would like to refer this court to the transcript of the 17 April of the proceedings for 17 April 2024.
So there's something really suspicious that is going on in court right now. And this also goes along with the timing that it is actually occurring. Suddenly, a witness that was unavailable before is now ready to testify all of a sudden. And I actually agree with Advocate Mshololo by not buying these tactics by Advocate Baloyi. Because initially, when the defense had actually requested for Colonel Stein, they were simply told by Advocate Baloyi that no, Colonel Stein is not available. But now, all of a sudden, Advocate Baloyi is now trying to call Colonel Stein to come and testify. He is now available. This is simply because the state has been exposed by the defense itself. So Advocate Baloyi is now trying to do a last-ditch effort to rescue like a faltering narrative that is occurring in court. So what is happening is that Advocate Baloyi is trying to reintroduce evidence into the court because of a contradiction that is emerged during the cross-examination. So actually this contradiction had come up during the questioning of other witnesses. So Baloyi's objective was to try and clarify and reconcile these contradictions, hoping to bolster the case by addressing any inconsistencies that might actually affect the reliability of the evidence previously presented. So looking at Advocate Baloyi's move to recall this witness and actually reintroduce evidence into the court, can you believe that? Is to try and contribute to the just decision of the case. So essentially he's arguing that the clarification of these contradictions is actually necessary and it actually ensures the fairness of the trial according to him. To me, this is not justified because Advocate Baloyi is trying to strengthen his position because it has been severely impacted. So he's attempting to repair the case because it has been weakened and exposed. But the next question that I would like to ask myself is that why is it it's Advocate Baloyi who is dictating the availability or unavailability of a witness? Well, what is happening is that Advocate Baloyi is the one who detects and comments on the availability or unavailability of a witness, because as the prosecutor, they're actually responsible for managing the witnesses and evidence being presented for the state's case. So as the state, they are the ones who actually arrange these witnesses and determines when they are actually available to testify. So this situation obviously is a bit more complicated because Advocate Baloyi had earlier indicated that this witness, guys, is not unavailable. But now he's following up with a sudden reappearance of the witness, which is actually raises the questions of credibility. So that's why Advocate Msholo actually seized this moment to argue about this sudden change in the witness availability, to actually cast a doubt on the integrity of the state itself. So the issue is not just about Baloyi's role in managing the case, but about also the change in his availability of that witness. So by taking back a step back here, you can actually see that is there any manipulation of the evidence that is actually occurring here by bringing in witnesses at a later stage when you want them to be there because it works for you. When it's not working for you, you don't present that witness. So the next question now that I have is that how might Judge Rata handle this behavior by Advocate Baloyi? There are several ways in which Judge Rata can actually handle this behavior. He may actually demand clarity and justification. Judge Rata can actually require Advocate Baloyi to provide a clear and concrete explanation as to why the witness was previously unavailable and is now available, since now he's going to be working in favor of the state. This will obviously give time for the prosecution to justify themselves. And also, Judge Rata might also assess the impact on fairness. Because if the judge believes that this sudden appearance of the witness could actually affect the fairness of the trial, he may actually refuse to let this witness come. Because this witness can actually like disrupt the proceedings. It's like taking us back. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe Judge that can actually caution Advocate Baloyi about witness management. So this might be a warning, about the responsibility of managing witnesses appropriately. But I'm sure Advocate Baloyi wouldn't mind a warning. So the remainder obviously will be about rules and procedures surrounding witness availabilities, because it causes delays and unnecessary reversals. And on the other hand, however, Judge Rata can also like take an even serious approach. Now, this serious approach includes like issuing a formal reprimand. You know what I'm saying? A judicial discretion to assess whether the reintroduction of this witness is necessary for the just outcome of the case. So we need a verdict coming from me. What's my verdict? Will I allow this witness to be reintroduced or not, having assessed both sides, and looking at both the evidence? The challenge that I have is that the defense had actually requested for this witness to be made available, and Advocate Baloyi said no, he is not available, because initially it was the defense, that wanted to make it work for themselves. Okay, fine, he's not available. Now it's the state now that wants to make things work for themselves. And now he is available. So my ruling is that no, Colonel Stein should not be allowed to come back and reintroduce evidence. This will allow fairness for both sides. And that is my ruling. Tell me what you think in the comment section about your own ruling. I'll catch you guys in the next one.